Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
Game time, NBA, slamming ops like MMA in the octagon. When I'm about to rhyme, I drop a young 8 like it's mama time. Then 8 more, that's Paul Gasol, they gon' say, whoa, that bar's raw. Got a fast break straight to the hole, drop the last 8, that's 24. When there's plenty more where that came from. Better know the flow grade A1, and I'm ambidextrous, AI. They can plan to exit, they can't hide. I got hands in the fight like Mayweather. I know your mans and I might think they better, but they ain't never. They featherweight, treble clever heavyweight in every state, never delegate. My team the greatest from the NYC to Vegas. Now that I'm in the game, I see the A-list, but none of them can't quite see me. They wish I'm raising the bar. You players ain't ranking and taking up space at the bar when we drinking. I'm calling the play. You balling tomorrow, we balling today.
We going all the way. We're taking off from here. Watch as we go. Ain't no one blocking nor stopping. We know we making every shot. Watch as we go. Going all the way. You know we coming, going all the way. Up to something, going all the way. We ain't ignore it, going all the way. You can't ignore it, going all of the way.
My team got
My bad. What is good, what is good, what is really, really good, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. My name is Big Sin. That man over there looking nice and bright and shiny. That's Hollywood J Black. And we are Sinful Black Entertainment. As you see, we got a new logo up in the corner, the Sinful Black TV, done by this man sitting across from me. It's been a minute since we've been here live together on this sports show. But what's up, fam?
Man, it's been one hell of a last couple weeks. Just trying to get life in and of itself situated, trying to get through the 4th of July weekend. I kind of wanted to take a couple steps back, get my equipment upright. As you can see, I got this nice shiny halo light. So we got a couple things
and
coming
Halo,
up.
And when you say Halo, not meaning the only game that Xbox does right.
Hey.
Hey.
So no, in all seriousness, Xbox is coming through with some shit, but that's another story altogether. Anyways,
Gears 5 re-released. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, so I got a new camera setup coming up. Got a new desk where I'm going to be dropping everything. Just trying to get upgrades to shoot ourselves into the future of Sinful Black Entertainment, Sinful Black TV, Sinful Black Sports. And I know that you've been busy working. We've had a lot of stuff going on. But we back to do this thing. You know what I'm saying? So
talk about the gaming channel.
Oh, well, of course the gaming channel, man. Mr. Sin has been dropping shit all day. Denali, my son, he's been streaming on Twitch, which means that it's automatically, for the most part, been importing to YouTube on the Sinful Black Gaming page. So make sure that you check out that. My son's been putting in hard work on Mega Man, and I'm just so proud of him. You know me, huge Mega Man fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's been doing his thing. I stay proud of that kid. I love him. I'm glad he's taken on the task of running through all the Mega Man games. So that's something you got to check out on Sinful Black Gaming as well. Man, but other than that, it's been great. Life is good.
So before we get started, I want to let everyone know me and Hollywood will be doing our yearly picks for the NFL, the really early season NFL picks. But this year, they're going to be a little bit different. They're going to come across 8 different videos that me and James are going to record. We're going to go by divisions. So that way we can deeper dive into the divisions without being on a fucking live stream for 4 hours talking about something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've done it by divisions before, but it's usually been about an hour and a half videos that we've been live, breaking cameras and shit. And so we don't want to do that. We want to really go in depth, give you the meat and potatoes, let you know exactly what you're going to have to expect. I mean, this pandemic is going to change everything. So definitely want to get you the rundown, and hopefully everything is good to go for the season. But yeah, we're gonna give you the best content that we can. So it ain't nothing really stressed about that. I'm happy, but this is how I love this feeling. Love this feeling, man. Like I'm really, 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 really good, man. But now, before we get into anything else, we got a lot of stuff coming up in the next 7 days, bro. Yeah, Major League Soccer just popped off this past week.
Yeah.
Baseball pops off this coming week.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball pops up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, basketball starts on my birthday.
Yeah, so it's about to go down.
Lakers and Clippers, the first game.
You know, they're trying to.
Kawhi and John.
Yeah, fucking Russ Westbrook, man, coming down with COVID. That's gotta suck, bro.
Yeah, you gotta call our boyfriends and girlfriends to let them know that they probably got that shit now too. So.
Why you gotta go there? Why you gotta go there?
Because he dresses worse than Cam Newton.
Maybe they go to the same tailor.
Maybe. But, oh yeah, speaking of Cam Newton, welcome to New England, baby.
Yes. Welcome to New England. Cam Newton with the absolute steal of the century right there. That was
$1.5 million.
Man, again, they paid less for Cam Newton than they did for the Cleveland Browns Cincinnati Bengal tapes.
But then it even worked out in the Patriots' favor with that, because if Cam Newton signs someplace else after this season, the Patriots get like 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, they get the pick that they lost for next year's draft. They get it right back.
Hi, I'm Bill Belichick, and this is the game of chess.
Yes. If Cam Newton does even halfway decent and then leaves, it's perfect. I love it. Listen.
I see we got people watching. Why aren't y'all motherfuckers talking in the comments? We got the comments up over here too, bitches. Fucking talk to us. We ain't been here in a minute, motherfuckers.
I know. Let's start at the beginning. I know everybody's talking about this COVID-19 shit and how it's affecting sports, and these sports, these stars are getting the coronavirus and shit like that. Do you think? What do you think is the point that sports is going to come back to normal, man? Like, because we're sitting here and I think some states haven't even had the worst of it. I think Nevada had bottomed out in the end of June because they had been closed for a while.
Kobe said,
and then
fuck you, we don't want to talk.
Go and talk, man.
He's like, y'all talk. That's what we watch you for y'all to talk. We don't want to talk.
Look at. So we got to try to look for some kind of normalcy, right? And I think that's where we're kind of stuck at. I don't really think there is any normalcy to be had. Wait a minute. Proposed NFL helmets for COVID. Oh, I got to look this one up.
I know J.J. Watt said that he can't wear it because it affects his field of view. There have been some other defensive players that came out and said that, but does anybody really play defense anymore in the NFL? I mean, Patrick Mahomes putting up 60 points a game. Who cares what you can see, motherfucker?
I'm trying to let's check out these NFL COVID helmets. Oh, look at this. Let's see.
Yeah, they got a little mouthpiece in there, and they got a screen on the eyes. I think that okay, so they want to try and limit the breathing on each other, but it's going to be hard when every single play your hands are in another man's chest.
So wait a minute. So here we go. Let me put this on the big screen for everybody to see. Give me a second here.
Okay, so while he's doing that, let me talk like line play.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got 10 big horses staring at each other side by side. And these big horses are putting their hands in each other's chest, neck, and wherever they can to try and get an advantage over the other. Now, let me throw this up here real quick. Bam. So this is the helmet. Let's go full screen here. So as you see here, there's a mouthpiece that will restrict their breathing right here. You got the face shield that restrict anything coming into the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But for players who don't wear face shields and stuff over their careers, they're gonna have issues adjusting to that because the face shield, I know, just like when a COVID face shield, the little plastic things they put on you, it obstructs your view a little bit. Hold on, we got some comments here. We got Toby with shit. I ain't been normal since the '80s. We already know that, Toby.
None of us have been normal since the 80s.
We love you. Yeah, an NFL team should send water boys and Lysol boys out during timeouts. I agree. Send motherfuckers out there, wipe their hands, wipe their face, wipe every fucking thing. You know, it might make the game a little longer, but I say in order to do that, take away maybe one timeout, a half from each team.
Yeah, even on TV breaks. If you didn't do enough TV breaks, I mean, you could really substantially, or every first down, come and wipe down, or you know what I'm saying, every first down and change of possession, come out and clean.
One of the people who's going to have the biggest issue with this whole thing is going to be Ndamukong Suh because he won't be able to step on anybody's faces anymore.
Why you gotta be so cold? Why you gotta be so cold?
Hey, don't forget who you're talking to right here. I am the realistic truth, motherfucker.
Mr. Sin, I've known you for over 20 years. I've never forgotten who I've talked to, okay? Anyways, so let me put on my smart people glasses here for a second. This is the one problem with sports, especially now with basketball, where there are no.
Yeah, I got mine on too.
Really? So what's gonna happen with basketball? So with sports, it's one so regular sports is one thing, right? Like with football, there's enough padding and gloves that you could take somewhat precautions in doing what you're supposed to be doing. When it comes to basketball, on the other hand, that's I mean, how you gonna D up somebody?
Yeah, basketball, more than likely, at some point in the game, you're gonna have some nuts on your face.
True. I mean, if they play defense like the Houston Rockets, I guess it wouldn't mind because the Houston Rockets play 6 feet. They've been practicing socially distant defense since Mike D'Antoni came into the league. So
the funniest thing about that is Mike D'Antoni brought that up when they asked about the COVID. He's like, "Oh yeah, we've been practicing that on defense for years now."
Yeah, defense. What the fuck is that? Oh. What the fuck?
I respect Mike D'Antoni for his honesty.
Yeah. It's just that James Harden might go tickle people with his beard and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he be doing. He said John says Harden is apparently COVID ready, and Toby did agree with me. Every time they move the chains, that's when they should do it. The only time that's not going to be well. So then here's my other problem: do you ban the no huddle?
I would say move the no huddle option only to be from the 30-yard line to the score.
That's going to be rough. This is all going to be rough. I don't even know how they're playing soccer right now. Like I'm still.
Oh, you already know they have a bunch of sex dolls in the crowd and they're funneling in fan noise. So
that's in Korean baseball. Okay, the Koreans are allowed.
Dude, you know soccer people are freaks. You know they got them sex dolls out there.
Korean baseball will do anything.
Baseball is the only sport with minimal contact. Mark my words, the minute an active player tests positive, the show will get shut down again.
Oh, yeah, especially if it's a big money player. You know what I'm saying? If he's one of them big money dollar players, let fuck around and Mike Judge catch COVID-19. Everything shut down.
Well, I think Jerry Jones spread that shit in his locker room just so his stars would get it before the season. That's why Zeke got that shit and then got mad at his fucking trainer for releasing that he got that shit.
Wait, is he out in the locker room shooting out fucking COVID like arrogance like Rick Martel?
Nah, he put that shit in the fucking air conditioning unit, dog. Because you notice it happened right when it got hot.
Niggas, it hot in here? No, the AC's on, nigga. You must got COVID. Oh, whoa, whoa.
MMA has been actually going for a few months now. The fights have not been good.
No, does he play for the Yankees? I don't know who Mike Judge plays for. I think it's the Yankees. God damn it. Mike Judge is still a Yankee, isn't he? Unless something changed.
Mike Judge? Is he in baseball?
No, Aaron Judge. You know, he knows what I mean.
I'm about to say, hold on. Mike Judge made a Beavis' butthead?
He knows what I mean, okay? Leave me alone. Don't pick on me. Jesus Christ, man.
He said
He said,
Aaron
John is our editor. You know how they have a pardon the interruption? You know, at the end where they tell us everything that we did wrong? That's John right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Shit, hell yeah. Hell yeah. At the end of the show, we're going to get you on camera. You're going to tell us everything we did wrong.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're going to do at the end of every show. That's what we're gonna hire John to do that. Everything we screwed up on.
First off, fuck you because you talk 49ers. Dave, fuck you because you love the second, fuck you, saying because you hate the 49ers. Stop bringing up the Patriots. Jerry Rice to the 49ers.
He said, how we know what you know if you don't know what you meant? I know what I meant, but I don't think you knew what I meant. Therefore, nobody knew. And therefore, I knew what I knew, but you didn't know what I knew. Because if you knew what I knew, then you knew what I mean. Anyways.
So baseball starting soon. I guess the owners stopped being greedy and stopped trying to make the baseball players look like the bad guys for actually wanting to get somewhat of a contract.
At the last hour, literally like the 6 hours till midnight, they were like, "All right, you know what? We'll play baseball. We'll make this shit work." I'm like, man, listen, it just makes sense. Pay the people from the time they play to the end of the season. What is so hard about that? If there's only going to be 60 games, you pay them for 60 games. If there's only going to be 40 games, you pay them for 40 games. Why did they be like, oh, we're going to have you play 60 games, but we're only going to pay you for 45? Yes, that makes sense. We're going to pay you for 20. Yeah, we're going to pay you for the... You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like we understand that there's 162 games. You're only going to be playing 60. We're paying you for 40. What?
So, hold on. Breaking news. No deal for Dak Prescott.
That means he's on the franchise tag.
He's on the franchise tag, and the deal was for $170 million. He is not going to get a better deal than that because he wants to have Patrick Mahomes money. Blah, you're not Patrick Mahomes.
Well, here's the reality: if they keep signing them to, these, what is it, the franchise tags, thanks to Patrick Mahomes, he's now balling, bro. Like he's getting paid more on the franchise tag than he is than he would signing a contract. That's what you got to look at.
I think he's still mad that he's making less money than Tony Romo right now.
I mean, at least Tony Romo brought him to the playoffs, and he killed his collarbone a few times. I mean, and Dez did catch it, by the way.
No, he didn't.
It depends on what you call a catch, though. It would have been a catch in the 80s and early 90s, possibly.
Hey, you right. You work 60 hours, get paid for 40. You are not wrong, These baseball players are like, nah, we ain't no normal motherfuckers. We work 60. We want to get paid for 60.
Yeah, exactly. That's what unions do and shit. You know what I'm saying? Can we get they should need to make a YouTubers union where we get paid for not having as many subscribers, but we're equal as like the other YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? We need to have some YouTuber union dues, Facebooking video people union dues, and get paid like everybody else. Equal pay for equal work.
Honestly, as far as I've seen on our videos, we've got nothing but positive feedback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. MLB, man, I'm excited to see what MLB will do. I heard that possibly Barry Bonds might be making an appearance. That was still talked about. That's actually still in discussion, which is like the weirdest thing to ever come out of Major League Baseball.
You know what? They should bring Bonds, McGuire, and a Strawberry Quick Man. You know, Sammy Sosa. Yeah. And let him have a home run derby.
That'd be the most. Dude, I love and hate baseball at the same time, right? Like I love now that every game counts. Like if you fuck up, it's a wrap, right? You know what I'm saying? At least we know the Mets aren't doing anything this year. They're
going to start off like 10-1 like they did that year. Yeah, you're like the Mets are going to win. No, dude, they're going to end up at the last place in the division.
The fucked up part about it is they did it 2 years in a row.
Yes, I
and
know.
we said
now Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez and Travis Kelce are trying to buy the Mets.
No, don't trust any former anybody with any team. You see what Jeter did with the damn Marlins.
I'm going to do something like that because he looks like he just bathed himself with strawberry quick. That's
true. Oh man, what's your thoughts on Cam in New England? Oh, I could easily tell you, he's gonna win the starting job. He's gonna, there should be a fan experience to inject the steroids before each round. Oh, that would be
back to Mark's question about Cam.
Oh, we got oh man, that'd be hilarious. Yes, back to Cam. So Cam Newton, to me, I think real easy. He's gonna win the starting job. He's gonna take New England to the playoffs. Super Bowl, no, because unless they still like the first round bye. The only way they're going to get to the Super Bowl with a first round bye. They can do it with Cam Newton. Understand that Cam Newton took a 15-1 Panthers team with nobody else but Cam Newton on that team. And a defense.
His number one wide receiver was Jermaine Curley.
Jeremy Curley, which oddly enough was Kaepernick's number one wide receiver in 2016, the year after. But we're not going to go there, okay? Not going to go there. So that's how this is going to go. And then Cam Newton is going to score a big money payday somewhere else. Now, as far as the Super Bowl, that's really dependent on how if Lamar Jackson learned anything this year. If Deshaun Watson is going to play with a chip on his shoulder in Houston, and if Patrick Mahomes stays Patrick Mahomes. Your four top teams still in the NFL, well, in the AFC side of the NFL, are Patriots, Chiefs, Ravens, and whatever the Chiefs, Ravens, Chiefs, team, whatever. Any Texans. Sorry, I get lost in my fingering.
So, Mark, I personally believe that New England fans are in for a treat New England's ever seen before. Okay, so I was talking about this with people for the last 2 decades, and that is counting these New England fans who have never seen nobody but number 12 back there for any length of time. For the last 20 years, the New England Patriots have been very robotic. Mm-hmm. Good defense, score. Good defense, score. Good defense, score. That's what the Patriots do. What Cam Newton looked Josh McDaniels in the eye. First he said, the playbook is like doing calculus. Mm-hmm. So Julian Edelman was at his house helping him get through the playbook and shit. Then when he finally had a face-to-face with Josh McDaniels, he looked Josh McDaniels dead in the eye and said, let's open this up some more. I'm not a geriatric 43-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, you're dealing with somebody who, when he runs, is hard to take down. He's not afraid to get hit when he takes down, and you're not going to really injure him really bad if you do decide to hit him. He takes hits. The only time he's complained is with the late hits, but he doesn't complain about getting hit going out and doing it. You said you play football. That's what football is all about. I'm trying to find what a comparison in this scenario would be.
See, you have to think about the type of quarterback Cam Newton is. Jacoby Brissett is only about a quarter of the talent that Cam Newton is. Mm-hmm. And he looked dominant under Josh McDaniels with 3 days of fucking game plan.
Yeah. Think of this as the second coming of Randall in Minnesota mixed with the second coming of Trent Green in Kansas City. If there's a way that I can kind of describe that and put it all into a nutshell, I think that's the best combination that we can come. Because I would say Warren Moon, but Warren Moon, when he got up to age, didn't have what Randall had in the second coming. Randall had that.
Comment right there, James.
Cam, Edelman, and Sanu are going to give defense coaches nightmares. Oh yeah, easily. But the worst part about it is you got to try and figure out what the hell to do when under center, like not in the shotgun, but under center, what to do when you have James White, your boy, what's his name? Sony Michel and Cam. Like to try and figure that out. Like that by itself is a problem. They just drafted the tight end, the one tight end in the second or third round.
They drafted two tight ends for the first time. Fucking Hernandez.
Yeah, they draft a blocker and they draft a receiving tight end. This is gonna be a problem. Let's not even discuss that. N'Keal Harry's back.
Yeah, I was about to say N'Keal Harry's actually healthy for the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm. Off top.
And they're talking to Terrell Pryor right now.
Healthy Cam Newton is one of the most dangerous quarterbacks because Cam Newton hasn't been healthy in a couple years. Healthy Cam Newton's probably one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL. No question. And they got him for the low. And also given the state of the AFC East, there ain't no way that New England's not going to make the playoffs this year. But they need that first round bye.
I want to ask everybody watching right now. I'll look you in the eye and ask you this. Do you really trust Buffalo?
I trust Buffalo's defense. I don't trust Josh Allen. What am I?
Do you really trust Miami, a very young team? And who gives a shit about the Jets?
I trust Tagovailoa to either not play until halfway through the season or play in the first game and get injured halfway through the season. That's one of kind of the two scenarios Tagovailoa in Miami is going to have. The Jets are probably going to make the biggest stride and go 7-9.
Hold up. John, there's only one thing I got to do for you right now, okay? Wait, you making that comment? Hold on. Remember this?
Why you got to go there, sir?
Bye.
Toby said, don't even trust Buffalo Wild Wings.
Especially since they're from California.
Listen, Buffalo had the chance to end this whole scenario that we just got done watching, okay? They had a chance in the playoffs to end everything. I trust man, so the problem now with Josh Allen is that God bless his soul, and I love the man. And I think that the Buffalo's going to make the playoffs as a wild card again because
he's Michael Vick. That's what he is. He's Michael Vick.
My problem is that once you get into the playoffs, there's going to be 5 other defenses that are way more experienced than not only the coach of Buffalo, but the entire offense and defenses as a whole.
Yeah, let's talk about what happened in the playoffs this past season. They were up. They had Houston dead to rights.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt got 1 sack, and the whole Buffalo offense and defense crumbled after that.
Yeah, there ain't no way Bill O'Brien. I'm not saying Bill O'Brien's a bad coach. I'll say definitely he's a bad GM. But he's the worst GM in history.
I'm waiting for him to trade Deshaun Watson for like a bag of dill pickle chips and fucking a 4th round pick very, pretty soon.
True. My biggest worry is that Tennessee's now hyped because they signed Derrick Henry. They're hyped up, right? That was the big thing that came out of the day. Derrick Henry got his fucking money like he deserved.
Yeah, but Derrick single-handedly strapped the rocket to his ass and carried that team to the fucking playoffs last year.
Yep. And my worry is that Tennessee was only 1 game away from stealing the division last year with Ryan Tannehill. Does that become a thing where that flips it on the other side? He said 2 bag of chips and you have a deal. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's already traded Deshaun.
How do you trade DeAndre Hopkins? How do you trade DeAndre Hopkins? Number one.
Let's just start there.
How? And still keep your job, and then go on the media rounds and say coaching DeAndre Hopkins was like coaching Aaron Hernandez. How the fuck do you still have a job?
Well, that's my worry now, is that Deshaun Watson is good enough to do his thing, but some quote-unquote anonymous AFC coach said that Deshaun Watson plays street ball and he doesn't play real football. They better hope
Bill O'Brien opened his fucking mouth again.
But you better hope that anonymous AFC coach doesn't turn into Houston Texans football coach Bill O'Brien. Okay.
when
Yeah.
one of the best plays of last season came from him getting kicked in the face, breaking his nose, his helmet getting turned around. He grabbed his helmet, turned it back around, and threw a fucking touchdown to win the game.
Yeah. So remember when I told you, I think it was 2 years ago when Deshaun Watson got drafted, and I said that Deshaun Watson would be better off on any team except the Houston Texans. I said not taking it away from.
Damn.
The Browns have a. Let me tell you what's going to happen with that. What's his name's going to get traded 6 games in? Odell Beckham Jr.
Get traded to the Patriots.
They're gonna bench Baker Mayfield, and the Browns are gonna ruin another stud quarterback for like the umpteenth time in like the last 5 years.
Well, the Cleveland Browns have had 23 starting quarterbacks since 2010.
The Cleveland Browns are the ruiners of everything. Okay, they're the ruiners of. Don't bring a star QB to the Cleveland Browns, please, for the love of God, don't. Just don't. Just. It's the messed up part about it is because the Cleveland Browns have always been a team to turn absolute shit nobodies into household names. Remember, Kelly Holcomb put up 600.
Prediction: OBJ gets in a fight with a kicking net demands trade.
That's 2 headlines mixed into one. You're missing the part where the kicking net wins. Okay,
that was in New York. Everybody beat New York those days. Okay,
including a kicking net.
We have another question here.
Yes.
Okay, let me pick your brain. Almost $8 million salary cap space. We should try and pick up, if anyone. I think we should bring in Terrell Pryor, and there are some good, cheap defensive players on the market right now.
True. You know what the sad part about this whole thing? There is not, outside of Terrell Pryor, there is not much on the free agent market. I looked at the free agent market. Let me tell you, watch, hold on.
Oh, I know. The wide receiver free agent market is stretched.
Stretched is like being nice about it.
I mean, Jadeveon Clowney's still out there, but he wants a big deal. And I don't think he's going to get a big deal.
So where's my list? I had a list. There we go. I had a list somewhere. It's gone. I did have a decent list. Oh, there it is. There you go. There's my list. So let's talk about wide receivers for a second. We did talk about Terrell Pryor, which is a very interesting choice. Now, if you really want to talk about what's up, Larry, sir? Sorry I got back to you, man. I've been like ridiculously busy, bro. Like ridiculously fucking busy. Wide receiver. There you go. So right now, as far as a wide receiver, all statuses available. There we go. Update.
All right, so while you're updating that, let's run through something real quick that I know you have a lot to talk about on this one.
Yeah.
Right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
The top 10 quarterbacks according to Madden NFL 2021 and their ratings. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Number 10, Carson Wentz, dropping from 93 to 84 overall.
That's being generous. Okay, go ahead.
Number 9, Dak Prescott, 84 overall.
That's about right. He's an average quarterback.
Number 8, Deshaun Watson, 86 overall.
There's no respect. All the disrespect in that ranking.
Number 7, Matt Ryan, 87 overall.
Okay, all right. He's steady. All right, go ahead.
Number 6, and people are mad about this, Aaron Rodgers, 89 overall.
Man, last year he had the Peyton Manning year where the defense carried him to the playoffs.
And here's everybody's biggest shock of this. Number 5, Tom Brady, 90 overall after the season he had.
I mean, the season he had on any other team would have gotten them deeper into the playoffs. I mean,
yeah, you're right. Number 4, Drew Brees at 93 overall.
Okay, well, I guess, yeah. All right, fine.
Number 3, your Madden cover boy, Lamar Jackson at 94 overall.
He's gotten the Michael Vick love because there ain't no way he's a 94 ranked overall QB. Not to take any way against him, but
Number 2, at a 97 overall, we got Russell Wilson.
that's about right. Russell Magic has always been there. Okay.
And number one with 99 overall, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's like, I think Mahomes and Russell are probably exactly where they should be. Not to take anything against Lamar.
Oh, no, we got some comments here. Cleveland Browns just signed Colin Kaepernick and Goofy from Disney. All right.
Really?
Lord said the best. I guess he's talking about Dak Prescott, who's never won a damn thing in his life.
Yes.
Next up, we have, I think the most of the ratings was shit so far. Then we have fuck Aaron Rodgers. Then we have.
Tell us how you really feel.
I would give Brady 8, right?
Yeah.
Then finally, we have Wilson over Jackson with BS. And Aaron Donald is in the 99 club for the 4th year in a row. That is because Aaron Donald is a monster among men.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald is the Braun Strowman of the NFL.
All right, so here, you ready for this one? This is how bad the depth in the wide receiver free agency pool is right now. Paul Richardson, the number 1 receiver for Washington, but wouldn't be a number 1 receiver anywhere else.
But Washington had no receivers last year. That's why.
Yeah, the Washington. I don't even know what the fuck they are. Washington.
You know what we're gonna call them? We're gonna call them the Washington Redskin Potatoes.
Redskin potatoes. That works. Fuck it. And Taylor Gabriel is that's it. That's it. And then Josh Gordon, Tavon Austin's the free agent. I didn't even know that. What the fuck? There you go.
The Cowboys cut him so they can pay Dak.
There you go. There's your answer, Mark. Tavon Austin. You all know, like Josh. You all know that Josh McDaniels could always use a little dude that he could put anywhere just for the fuck of it.
But we all know Josh McDaniels only likes little white guys as wide receivers. He likes little black guys as running backs, little white guys as wide receivers.
Well, Tavon Austin's light skinned, probably kind of, right? And he's small. He could put him at running back. He could put him at wide receiver. He could put him as a decoy.
Somebody was like, "Oh, I saw one comment down, stupider than motherfucker that I read. Oh, the Patriots are gonna treat Cam like Ocho Cinco, just a fucking another distraction. Ocho Cinco could not learn the fucking playbook.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, I didn't know he was on the market until I just looked at the list. That's I was like, who wouldn't pick up Tavon Austin? I mean, you could just put him anywhere. But as you know, injuries happen. Do you know that the Devontae Freeman still hasn't signed his contract yet? And okay, well then he's still a free agent now. Lamar Miller's a free agent.
He's looking for Stephon Diggs money.
Yeah, there's really not. There's once you get past Chris Thompson, who was in Washington, LaShawn McCoy, who I think he said he was going to retire. Didn't McCoy say he was going to retire? I thought you said something about that. I could be wrong.
Shady, he's never really been a great player since he left fucking Philadelphia. So
yeah, but at least he got a Super Bowl ring. I mean, I guess, right? I mean, thanks to Patrick Mahomes, he got a Super Bowl ring, even though he wasn't even there. But you know, it's neither here nor there, guy.
Yeah, Josh Gordon has a Super Bowl ring after being booted from the Patriots. Oh, and he put that shit up on eBay. So Thuney is staying with the Patriots on the franchise tender. They couldn't reach the numbers. I think Bill Belichick, now that Skarnecki is no longer with the Patriots, he retired again.
Yeah.
I think he didn't want to offer Thuney a contract until he sees how Thuney works with the type of quarterback Cam is.
Yeah. Which the reality is that depending on what side he's going to run on, he's either going to have to put a little bit of work or a lot of work. So
yeah, because right now their most athletic offensive lineman, David Andrews, has come back at center, which is a great thing. He was out for the clubs last year. But Isaiah Wynn, who went to Georgia, is a mobile offensive lineman. He is going to be the guy who Cam is going to have to trust to get him open.
Yeah. My only concern in New England with Cam Newton is simply this. Is he going to be able to turn into that end-all, be-all leader like Tom Brady is? Is he going to be, when he's on the field, the buck stops here just like Tom Brady was?
I don't think he's going to need to be. I think that role is going to fall to Julian Edelman now.
It could. Cam's presence is overwhelming, right? And I think that's kind of...
And that's what makes it exciting. Like I said, for 20 years, the Patriots have been robotic. They have been just this well-oiled machine who goes out there, rips shit apart, defense takes apart offenses, offense does the bare minimum scores, but they get such good field position, they put up 40 points here and there.
Yeah.
This signing of Cam Newton, if it works out the way that it can work out, and I'm going to preface this, the way that it can possibly work out, the New England Patriots might be the most exciting team to watch in football for the first time in over 20 years.
True. Very true. Now,
okay, the first time since 2006. Because when Randy Moss was there, they were the greatest show in the world.
Yeah. Well, that's different when you have Randy Moss, who literally... So, again, the Patriots have somebody with a chip on their shoulder. And we all know how that usually goes. Ask Corey Dillon about that one.
Ask Corey Dillon. Ask Randy Moss.
Ask Antoine Smith. When they thought he was old and washed up coming from Buffalo. Remember that? They said they regretted him being the words quote from Buffalo. Mark Levy said they regretted giving him the job over Thurman Thomas and letting Thurman Thomas retire. That was
in his first year with the Patriots, ran for 1,300 yards and was a Super Bowl champion.
So meanwhile in the West, however, we have a big specter looming on our side. Our running back, Rasheed Mostert, said he wants a trade.
And New England is talking to the 49ers about trading for him too.
Sure, we'll take Cam Newton. No, that won't work.
Oh, we already gave you Jimmy G. You guys owe us a favor.
Yeah, we're going to give you a favor by taking Cam Newton off your hands.
That's not a favor, bro.
That's $1.5 million that you don't have to worry.
We gave you two favors. And John, cover your fucking ears because I'm saying it again. We gave you Jerry Rice. For those of you who don't know why I keep saying that, it's because Jerry Rice was drafted by the New England Patriots. Okay, I'll let it go like my name is Elsa now for now.
But we got problems. Rasheed Mostert has been that dude. He got us to where we were at last year.
Yeah, he carried you guys the second half of the season.
Yeah, and he wants to be paid like a number one running back. And he deserves to be paid like a number one running back. The problem is that we.
Hey, look.
He said that was generations ago. But yeah, Marcus right. He said that being said, he'd take most of it as possible. Although we have deep depth running back. If something were to happen like that, you know that they probably have to trade running back somewhere.
Well,
because
bro, to John's point, a lot of shit people are upset about now happened a long time ago.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, Jesus. So,
hey, you wanted me back. You get the savagery that comes with it.
Okay, fine. So yeah, if they do come after, like if that's something they want to try and trade for, they're gonna have to dump off a running back or two. But he's probably not gonna go anywhere until he gets paid. That's kind of where it's at. Who's gonna pay him? Is this gonna be like another Le'Veon Bell scenario? I don't even really know how to feel. John, like we're going down that road again. Oh boy. Hey.
Only because it's true.
For the most part. there's some caveats there, sir. Okay,
I understand that there's caveats.
There's caveats,
but it's still people today are crying about shit that had nothing to do with people today, with the exception of two things that may have happened. But we're not gonna. This is not a political show, so we're not getting into that.
You mean bad things like what is it? What is that damn quarterback's name for the Raiders? Jamarcus Russell. Remember? Are we going to go back to how bad the Raiders are at picking quarterbacks that aren't named David Carr or Derek Carr?
They're about to get canceled. Ain't nobody canceling my ass. I run this shit.
Let's talk about past things. Let's talk about the history of how the majority of the NFL teams are extremely bad at doing things. Like the Raiders, for example, drafting quarterbacks, extremely bad. The Patriots are bad at drafting wide receivers, which is why they never draft wide receivers. That's bad.
They drafted Julian Edelman as a running back, as a wide receiver.
A quarterback. Yes, thank you. Yes, they have a horrible track record. Okay.
The last good wide receiver draft was Terry Glenn. Let's just put it that way.
Kansas City has a hard time drafting wide receivers that don't seemingly get suspended for performance-enhancing drugs. How do New England's defense will hold up?
New England's defense will be fine. They did lose Calvin, or they lost Jamie Collins, but don't forget we got the McCourty twins back there. Jason is actually healthy. He was out most of last year. Patrick Chung is healthy. We have a good mix there. And Chase Winovich, this is going to be the year that he could come into his own.
The fact that they're not young spring chickens is actually what makes it, because now it becomes more cerebral. Now they've bought into Bill Belichick's system, and now they finally see the things that he sees when he's on defense. So we'll definitely, that's a definitely thing on how they adapt, how they've grown mentally is what we're going to find out this year.
You know what I love about the show tonight, man?
What?
It's actually become a Q&A, and I like it.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. So very easy. I can tell you my top five. I'm pretty sure Sid might agree with me. 49ers still. In the NFC South, it's still, to me, it's still New Orleans because they can prove in everything. On paper, it's Tampa Bay, but in actuality, it's New Orleans. In the NFC East, Jesus Christ, that fucking fuck of a division. On paper, it's the Cowboys. In reality, it's probably Philadelphia. And in the NFC North, it's on paper, it's Green Bay. In reality, it's depends on how Mitch Trubisky plays in Chicago. And a bunch of other scrub teams in between. I mean, I would say Seattle's at least top five. So if I had to guarantee a top five without the maybes, 49ers, Seattle, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and Green Bay. That's it.
My top five for the NFC, I'm going to have to go with New Orleans at 1, just because of what they have. Seattle at 2. I have to drop San Francisco because they did lose Emmanuel Sanders. They lost a good linebacker. George Kittle wants a big contract, which are not looking like they're going to give him at this moment. Their running back core, it is seemingly looking like they're going to keep a guy who's been injured the last 2 seasons and let Mostert walk. So I got to put the 49ers at 3 for now. I am going to put, even though they lost to Stephon Diggs, the Minnesota Vikings still have a killer defense, and Kirk Cousins is a good regular season quarterback. At 4, at 5, I'm going to go with a little team out the West because I don't think anybody is good. I'm actually going to go with the Aaron Carter because with the Hopkins and Fitz, actually knowing what the NFL is, going to be a better team this year.
So you kind of cut out a little bit, but I kind of understood what you said. Your fifth team, which was your wild card team, which is the Arizona Cardinals. So gimmicky offenses only last about 3 years in the NFL. They kind of reached their peak at year 2, and this is year 2 coming up. So either Cliff Kingsbury is going to be flying high like an eagle, or is going to come crashing down by the time the end of the season comes, which is also going to cost Kyler Murray probably his football life, because that man's been running for his life ever since. Come back, Sin. There you go. Thank you.
We had a quick technical difficulty. We both blacked out there for a second.
Oh, okay.
All right, so since the question was asked about the NFC, let's go ahead and talk who are the top 5 teams in the AFC.
All right. So Mark said real quick, he said San Francisco, Seattle, Tampa, Green Bay, and I don't know. See, that's the thing, because nobody from the AFC East the NFC East is worth shit. So you have to literally eliminate a whole entire division. Which that's why you got to bring in New Orleans for that one.
Tampa's going to be good. Tampa will be good.
Oh no, Tampa's going to be great. Let's not make any mistake. So understand that had it not been for Jameis Winston's interceptions, Tampa Bay was the most efficient passing offense in the NFL last year. People seem to want to forget that. If you take away 50% if you just take away 25% of Jameis Winston's stupid-ass interceptions, or you take away the ones that the receiver blew the entire route and just ended up with a defense.
OJ Howard trying to catch it behind his back?
Yeah. If you take away those, just 25% of those interceptions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had the most efficient passing offense in the NFL. They literally talked about this. So in that same offense, you have Tom Brady, which doesn't make mistakes like that. And then has an added supporting cast with Gronk, to where if he needs a bailout, Gronk is going to be there. Gronk or OJ Howard is going to be there. So Mike Evans is probably one of the best receivers since Randy Moss that he's ever played with, from a physical and speed and hand standpoint. They're dangerous. Tampa's going to be dangerous, but how long is it going to take for them to all put it together is the question. How long is it going to take Tom Brady to get everybody on board with Brady land? And that's where the deal is, not anything else. That's what the big question is. So let's talk about the AFC. If you're on my end, I said New England's still the best. New England's one in the top 5, so I don't even go one through 5, so I won't go through that. So still the first 4: New England, Baltimore, Kansas City. Houston is an asterisk. Matter of fact, without DeAndre Hopkins, I throw out Houston, put in Tennessee, and then put in Buffalo right underneath them.
Now, I know this is going to be unpopular for my fellow fan base, but I am not putting New England in the top 5 until I see what they are this year. Kansas City is going to be tough to stop, hands down.
No, they will. I don't doubt that. What I do doubt is what I do think is that New England at least goes 5-1 in their division, if not 6-0. I think the only team that really they'll split with is Buffalo, and because it's a later in the season game, and we all know that those Buffalo late season games can get real grindy and real tough and real cold.
I need to see. Okay, Tom Brady in the top 4 years.
You cut out.
Am I good now?
Yeah, a little bit. You're sounding robotic.
Hold on, let me drop my camera back.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and talk your shit for me.
Yeah. So the reason why Tennessee is on their way up, Derrick Henry's motivated. He's gotten his money for the first time. He's straight. He's good to go. No doubt about that. And that's why I can slide them in and take out take out the Houston, because without DeAndre Hopkins, the only number one wide receiver they have right now is Kenny Stills. And I don't think that Kenny Stills is the number one wide receiver. They're going to really put the onus on Deshaun Watson, and you're going to find out exactly what Deshaun Watson made of, especially now you're going to find out what Bill O'Brien's made of. And I think this is the year that Bill O'Brien gets fucking fired, if you want me to be dead on.
Am I good, clear now? Good?
Yeah, you straight.
All right, so like I said, I'm going to take New England out of the top 5 for the first time in 20 years. Kansas City, Baltimore, Tennessee, because people got to realize Tennessee just signed their quarterback and their running back to long-term deals.
Yeah.
At 4, I have to go with the Texans. At 5, and it's a close 5 with New England, but I know I said it earlier, do you trust Buffalo? I'm going to have to put Buffalo up there because they are the closest thing that came to de-seeding New England in the AFC session.
So here's my deal, okay? I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, he might be out a few games. Well, I honestly think that Goodell, given the fact that he is one trying to be the social justice warrior of the NFL now, I think he's not going to suspend Kenny Stills 4 games for getting arrested, because he got arrested at the Breonna Taylor protest that happened yesterday. But I think because it was for a social justice issue, I think they're not going to touch Kenny Stills, because then that'd be a double slap in the face. You can imagine how the NFL players would protest on that one. But aside from that, you go division for division. Denver's rebuilding. They ain't going to be shit. The Raiders are probably going to...
Like I said, Mark, I did it because they were the closest thing to beating New England last year and de-seeding them from the AFCs. And as a New England fan, I've always been brutally honest about the Patriots. Until I know what they are, I cannot put my stamp of approval for them being a top 5 team next year.
And I feel bad. This is weird, me disagreeing with Sin. Oh, thank you. And I just think that it looks bad because you know how Goodell's been this year. I mean, he's probably this close to signing Colin Kaepernick to an office job. I'll tell you that much. That's how far Roger Goodell's probably going to try and go with this. But that's another story for another day. This is weird, me arguing with Sin about how good New England is, and I think that he forgets that they went 10-6 with Matt Castle. No, they didn't make the playoffs, but that's not a situation that happened this year.
The Patriots have receivers. Here, you have wide receivers. It's either going to be Jared Stidham or Cam Newton. You know what Cam has in the tank right now. Jared Stidham is not going to take his team to a fucking winning. The Patriots losing record if Cam does not perform and Stidham misses start.
So okay, so now my rebuttal is that name one offensive player not named Jeremy Curley on the Panthers 15-1 team, because I sure can't.
What did I just say? We don't know what Cam Newton is right now.
He's healthy. That's it.
Anybody can pass their fucking physicals, but when he takes that first step onto the field with the defenders bearing down him, will his shoulder go out? Will his fucking foot that he's had constant issues with, even when he said he was healthy, hurt again? Feet and you know better than anybody. Foot and ankle injuries are the worst things for athletes. Due to the fact they come back. Look at fucking Brook Lopez. Look at Luke Longley. These guys who are so dominant with their feet. One little foot injury, Yao Ming. One little foot injury hampers them. Cam Newton is coming off of a bad foot injury.
And a bad shoulder injury. But, again, we said Corey Dillon was washed up, and because he had all them injuries and couldn't do what he was supposed to do, and he had a foot injury, and he had a neck injury, and he came back and performed admirably for New England.
I know. To everybody watching right now, especially seeing this thing right here behind my head, I am here arguing the fact that as a New England Patriot fan, we have been spoiled for 20 fucking years. The chickens may have come to roost. I will put them at 6. They right now, Buffalo is the better all-around team.
Oh hell no. Oh no. Nope.
The defense is great.
Nope. Their defense is spectacular, no doubt, but they are not the better all-around team. All right, I'll put it to you this way. If Josh Allen played for the New England Patriots, are they winning a Super Bowl?
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen. You trust Josh Allen in a critical situation where they got to go 80 yards, all passing in a 2-minute drill. Do you trust Josh Allen against a Kansas City, against a Houston, against a Tennessee, against a Baltimore?
Honestly, in Josh McDaniel's system, yes.
Oh hell no. You wildin'. You are wild in. Listen. All right, I'll put it to you another way. Do you trust Bill Belichick? Who do you trust more, Bill Belichick or Tony Dungy?
Oh, Belichick hands down.
Do you trust Bill Belichick or Brian Billick?
It's not about coaching.
It's not about coaching. It's not. Hold on. So, in a very literal sense,
you know what I really love about this right now?
What
is that? You know that when we do the fucking predictions, I'm picking New England to win the division. But right now, what I see on paper, Julian Edelman coming off of 2 surgeries, N'Keal Harry coming back from a leg injury, Mohamed Sanu coming back from a leg injury, who now is just now learning the playbook. 2 rookie tight ends, James White, Sonny Michel, who had a bad season last year. And let's not forget, Devlin retired. They cut Gostkowski, so they have a rookie kicker. They have a rookie fullback. This team is not, and they lost Trent Brown, who went to the Raiders, who started 16 games last year, right tackle, and was an all-pro. They lost Kyle Van Noy, who was an all-pro. They lost Jamie Collins, who was one of the most explosive defenders in the NFL. They lost Devon Harmon. Like I said, I need to see what they put together on the field.
And this is going to be my last rebuttal on this one. If the New England Patriots were content with knowing that they're not going to be good this year, if the New England Patriots were content with we're not going to be our best, so we need to see what we have and figure the rest out, then your boy would have not signed Cam Newton to begin with. They wouldn't even touch Cam Newton. There's a bunch of other low budget quarterbacks on free agency. Matter of fact, let me tell you.
Look at that comment.
I find it awesome. Black you guys are fucking awesome. Let me tell you what quarterbacks they could have signed who weren't Cam Newton if they just wanted to roll with Jerry, because they already have Brian Hoyer. So at least the worst case scenario, they had a guy that knows Josh McDaniels' offense, right? So they could have signed a Case Keenum, a Drew Stanton, a Colt McCoy. They could have brought in Josh McCown for his 50th season, Trevor Siemian, the Deshaun Kaiser, any one of these scrub, Blake Bortles. They could have brought in Blake Bortles, who's sitting there still making Jacksonville money. Okay, the man is going to be living high off the hog and can take care of generations of family thanks to Jacksonville screwing up the contract situation. All right? But that's neither here nor there. If New England didn't feel like they were going to win and all they needed was a little push, as the Joker said, they would have never touched Cam Newton to begin with. They could have signed anybody for $1.5 million. They could have signed me for $1.5 million. And they would have...
I'm surprised one person's not commenting. I think I might have broke John with me talking shit about the Patriots.
He's like, I'm done. John's like, what? No, I'm done. Fuck you. But that's the thing. They would have never went for Cam Newton. They could have signed a scrub. They could have signed some quarterback out of Middle Eastern West Tennessee State University Tech. Okay, for all we know, I'm saying they could have signed him, but they didn't. They signed Cam Newton because they know two things. Cam Newton has something to prove, and then we feel with an experienced quarterback, if he pushes himself and earns the starting job, New England is the best team in the AFC. Point blank, period. There's nothing else. We've seen defenders come, and we've seen defenders go. We've seen guys that I still don't even remember their name, but I bet you they were in the top 5 or 6 in tackles. Okay? You know this, and I know you're smiling when I say this because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Nobody knew who the fuck a Kyle Van Noy was because Kyle Van Noy came in and started doing Kyle Van Noy things. Nobody knew who the fucking Teddy Bruschi was until Teddy Bruschi came in and did Teddy Bruschi things. All right, he wasn't heralded out of Miami like Ray Lewis was. He wasn't like Patrick Willis, who was heralded as a first-round draft pick. New England signed Cam Newton for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to win a Super Bowl or at least get back to the playoffs. Keep the course. Defense is going to be the defense. Whether they get older, whether they sign some scrub from Publix that was bagging groceries, doesn't matter. New England's got this. And Toby said, "You broke me, Phil. That's it. That's it."
No, I think he's talking about John. Too.
No, John. Or you broke him.
I broke everybody right now in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Mark said it, basically. Mark said it the best. If Bill Belichick thought Stidham was our man, he would have signed him. He would have not signed someone else like Cam Newton because there ain't no point. Because Brian Hoyer would have pushed Stidham because Brian Hoyer knows the offense. He would have pushed Stidham to be a great quarterback. And it's not like Brian Hoyer doesn't have starting experience. He started for the Cleveland Browns. That's like a man under fire for 16 weeks. Shit. That's about it. Starting 16 weeks for the Cleveland Browns is starting 80 games for anybody else. And you know it's true. You know it's true. You know Baker Mayfield then started like, 28 games for the Cleveland Browns, and he already looks like he's been there since Bernie Kosar left because they've been trying to kill him that bad. But yeah, New England is at the very least third, if not fourth. They're point blank.
Let me talk about the Cam Newton signing. If Bill Belichick really wanted Cam Newton as much as people think he did, he would have signed him before when he had the chance. He did not because he still thinks Bill Belichick loves Stidham.
But there's no point. There will be no point. There would literally be no point in signing him. Like
right now, he lost.
Go ahead, say that again.
Okay, here's the point. The Patriots have lost the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Who was a former MVP.
Okay.
Bill Belichick watched the market for quarterbacks, including people like Marcus Mariota, who went to the Raiders, and other players who, in the last few years, have done more than Cam Newton. Bill Belichick waited because if you remember, Cam Newton said, and I quote, he will not play for under a certain amount of money, and unless he's guaranteed to be the starter.
Yeah.
When he made that quote, it made teams like the LA Chargers, who are being led by fucking Tyrod Taylor, the Bears, who are being led by Mitchell Trubisky, the Jaguars, who are being led by a porn star mustache, not even call this man for the demands. And I understand why, because of what he was demanding. Bill Belichick, in all his infinite wisdom and greatness, said, you know what? We got a national pandemic going on. Nobody's doing shit right now. Nobody's talking to Cam. How about we do this? How about we sign one of the most up and down controversial quarterbacks in NFL history, a guy who did not go for a fumble in the Super Bowl. I repeat that, did not go for a fumble in the Super Bowl when nobody was around him. Invite him in, have him talk to Kraft, have him talk to Bill. And after that meeting, Bill Belichick was like, all right, how about this? Prove yourself here. You're not Cam Newton is not guaranteed to be the starter of the New England Patriots.
Not at all. I know. I understand.
As a matter of fact, Cam Newton is at risk of not even making this team because you know how Belichick operates.
I get that part too.
And as I said, if they go into the season, like say they're ready for Cam to start, but he don't have a grasp of what Josh McDaniels wants him to do or the playbook, Cam Newton will not see the field until he has that grasp. By that time, it could be 4 or 5 weeks down the road. And Jared Stidham could put up great numbers. You never know. He was a good quarterback at Auburn. He was good. He was underrated. He's good. What I saw out of Stidham last year, what I saw during the preseason, he's very erratic. He's up and down. He's a rookie. I get it. It happens. But if Jared Stidham, for some odd reason, starts this season as the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots, it is going to be a rough time because statistically, the New England Patriots have the hardest schedule in the NFL.
Okay. All right. So I hear all your points. But it's something that you just said that I want to allude to. So Cam Newton didn't become a free agent until after the NFL draft. Like you know that though, right? You know that Cam Newton, the Patriot, the Panthers intentionally did not release him until after the NFL draft.
Oh yeah, and no, not even in what you say right here, Mark. You got to think Tom Brady alligator armed a pass in the Super Bowl that might have put them over the Eagles that year. He short armed it.
Yeah.
And Bill Belichick does not forget.
Of course not.
He made Tom Brady's life a living hell since that Super Bowl.
Of course. Right.
What's that old Family Guy thing? Petrish Farms remembers.
But I'm saying they did the Panthers sabotaged Cam Newton. Had the Panthers released Cam Newton after the season was over, when everybody else did their releases, okay, they would have paid the same money then as they paid when they released him after the NFL draft. That didn't change. The Panthers released him intentionally so he wouldn't get scooped up and get a job anywhere else. If you really want me to be dead honest, that's how I'm feeling, because there's no other reason why you would do it. If the money's the same and the L you took on the money is the same, there's no other reason why you wouldn't do it. So by the time Cam Newton became a free agent, oh, we've already dedicated, the Chargers dedicated, what, $15 million to $20 million to Tyrod Taylor. It's, Indianapolis dedicated a bunch of money to Phillip Rivers. It's the quarterback market was gone, and everybody had decided, well, we're going to draft a quarterback that didn't need a quarterback. So Bill Belichick, just like you said, he saw this need. And you want to talk about Bill Belichick not forgetting? Tell me what Jarrett Stidham's first 2 passes were.
A incomplete pass that he threw like 10 yards over the receiver like he was. And then the second one was a pick 6.
You want to talk about Bill Belichick doesn't forget?
Oh, I know.
So
I need to tell you something.
Yes.
I got you so fucking good in this segment.
What? What? Oh, Lord.
You think, in your heart of hearts, and Mark, I'm going to ask you this question too. You really think that I'm going to put Buffalo over New England?
I mean,
New England is the 4th best team. They are behind Kansas City, Baltimore, and Houston right now.
Well, I'm just like here shook. I'm like,
especially because I said it, because I did it with a straight face and made valid points over everything I said.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna pay you back for that one day. Watch. Payback, sir.
And like Toby said earlier, he's like, oh my God, you got James defending the Patriots. Pretty soon, Sin's going to defend the 49ers. I'm not going to defend the 49ers because fuck those guys. They took a pose in the end zone and they blew a lead that their defense should have been able to hold. But, Richard Sherman is an old fucking man who doesn't keep his mouth shut when the money's not going into his bank account when Cam Newton got signed. Richard Sherman was the first one. Oh, they disrespected the black quarterback. It's so bad that Cam Newton came out and said, it's not your fucking bank account. What are you worried about, bro?
Well, they didn't have any more money to pay him. Like, where's the whole thing about it? Where are they supposed to pay him? Kev's going to be a beast. They're going to be such a tight. They are. They definitely are. He said, damn, it's not even April 1st. Listen. You may have got me this round, sir.
So we're going to have to wrap this up. I'm getting fucking tired. We've been on air for an hour and 17. This weekend, we should have an industry outsider show because we need to talk wrestling, especially what happened on Monday night.
Yes. I'm behind on wrestling. I got to get caught up.
Gameplay is uploaded daily. Oh, yeah. Look up in that. I want you guys to look right above James' head right there. You see that Sinful Black TV logo? That came from this man's mind. Of course, I'm the black guy on the left, and he's the clown on the right.
Really?
But
thank you for riding with us, Mark. We appreciate you, brother. Always make sure you come back and watch us a little bit more. We're gonna try and get more steady with the show. I promise you. Now that I've got a little bit more upgraded equipment, we're gonna get this thing popping. So no worries on that. Thank you for riding with us. Sincerely, thank you. Yes. So we thank you for the compliment for the logo. We're gonna get busy upgrading a lot of stuff that we need to upgrade. So don't stress about that. Also, the downfall of Mixer is gonna bring the uprising of Facebook gaming.
Which I have had a stronghold in for over a year.
Yes. And I think that you've heard that Facebook is working with the operating systems of both Microsoft and PlayStation for the next gen consoles, which is going to make gaming awesome everywhere. So I can't wait to see how that works.
He said
lies, all lies.
No, I said, okay, so this is my first face-to-face talking with Mr. Black in about 3 weeks. We got the reaction videos are coming back soon. All the normal content is coming back soon. But I couldn't miss the golden opportunity to see if I could get you to defend the Patriots like hardcore. And you did. You did, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I mean, when I heard, I'm like, what? What? Huh? What? What?
You're like, my man needs to, yeah. Somebody, invasion of the body snatch or some shit like that just happened.
Like, what? Hold on. What?
But anyway, you have any last messages for the fans of Facebook and the fans of YouTube?
Yes, make sure you check out everything that we got going on with Sinful Black related. Sinful Black TV. If you're watching it on if you're watching this on Facebook, you're watching Sinful Black Sports. More sport highlights are coming soon as all the sports get up and cracking. More sport highlights will be dropping and popping, baby. So check that out. Also, make sure you check out Sinful Black TV and the Sinful Black Gaming on both Facebook and YouTube. And like and subscribe. Follow us. Let us entertain you to your heart's content. And that's really all I got about to say.
Like I said, big things coming soon. Our divisional videos that we will be recording, probably a few of them this weekend. And then over time, like I said, we're going to record a bunch of reaction videos because we have a lot of stuff to watch. Go follow my nephew, James's son, Denali, over on Twitch.
Yeah, Prince Denali 407.
He is part of the Sinful Black Gaming family.
Yes, sir.
I have been actually consistently dropping gameplays every day for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
On both here and on both Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, I gotta clear out my computer so I can upload all the videos to Sinful Black. I gotta do that. Unless you want to do it for me, sir. I'm about to drop.
I'm going.
Not now. I'm talking about as over time. I'm about to import all the streams for Denali tonight. And so if you want to download them and put them on the gaming channel, that'd be much obliged, sir. Eventually, over time. Because there's a lot. Over time.
Is there?
Yeah.
All right, import them. Let me know what you're working with, and I'll see what I can do.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. And until then, catch us. I'll attempt to do a nice little show Friday. Just a quick little rundown of a lot of stuff that's going on. And then Saturday, we'll be doing our recording. Industry Outsiders. Got to get to the Industry Outsiders. I got so much we got to talk about. So much. So much, Phil. So much. So, until next time, that's my man Big Sin over there. And I'm Hollywood J. Black. Thank you for watching the OvaTyme Sports Show, and we out this thing. Deuces.